Hello and welcome to the Listening Post's unboxing channel on YouTube. Today I'm unboxing the brand new entry-level Yamaha AV receiver, the RX300A. It's a 5.2 AV receiver. It's got decoding of 5.1, but it also has an Atmos decoding chip on board. So although this has 5 amplification stages, it allows the user to configure that in a multitude of different and elaborate ways. You can run traditional small speakers, 5 of them around you, and a subwoofer, or a second subwoofer as well. Or you could use the Atmos decoding to do a 5-channel setup with 2 Atmos fronts rather than traditional rears. So it's brilliant as far as that kind of tight apartment kind of thing, or a game situation or something along those lines. This is certainly not a high-end piece, but with its microphone setup, its excellent feature set, and more than enough power for the smaller speakers it's designed for, it's utterly perfect for its job. So let's have a look. Okay, packaging. Big departure over previous packaging from Yamaha. They're now a brown carton with screen printing on it. We've got scannable information associated with model and serial number. We've got a line drawing of the back of the unit, Yamaha logo, and then a line drawing again at the front. Tipping it up, there's unpack examples, right? In other words, open it up, this is what you're expecting to see, along with some information associated with its decoding for Atmos, DTS virtual, HDMI compliance, etc. Look, worth mentioning, again, 5 channels. If you run 3 in one room, you can use a zone B if you wish in another. So there's a cool feature, and that's mentioned on the top. Useless to us in New Zealand is DAB, but it also features all the latest Bluetooth and HDMI associated with HDR10 Plus. Right, opening this, really straightforward. Simple enough nick, and we tear, and we are in. Folding it open, we see just actually how well appointed it is from an accessory perspective, given its very low price. The first is a couple of AAA batteries, obviously for the remote control. We see a boxed Yamaha setup mic. Now, Yamaha have been doing the room and speaker equalization for absolutely decades now. It's excellent that they provide the microphone, and in their setup, to keep things simple, once you stretch it out and plug it in the front, the unit immediately pops using the on-screen display into the setup menu for the mic, and allows you to do the Y-Power mic setup. Whole bunch of test tones and stuff. Right. We've got off to one side Yamaha's remote control, and again this is a new look remote. As the amplifier is not very complicated, neither is the remote control, but it's a new, very simple, very elegant remote control. With Yamaha logo center at the bottom, and the ability to navigate as you would expect. There's the 4 scene presets that Yamaha is now renowned for as far as ease of operation, and that means you can essentially program it to do absolutely anything associated with its operation and setup, and label them and load them as scenes. Now at the top, sellotaped in place, we have some additional accessories. Opening this little bag, we have got information associated with warranty, safety guide, quick setup guide, just a few pages long, how to plug things in and out, and the FM DAB aerial. What they've also included is a really cool little freebie, and that's a stand. You thread it through and create a stand for the microphone, so that you can sit it up at ear level from your sitting position. It is important and worth noting that not only at ear level, but it should also be as level as you can make it practically as well. Okay, then there's a couple of pieces of polystyrene, and then the unit itself. Just lifting it up, okay, get rid of that. Now, the unit is wrapped in that sort of bubble paper, that soft sort of wrapping material. It's taped closed with all sorts of tape. So it takes a moment or two to get rid of it, and then slowly sort of unwrap the unit. Off one side. Okay, so firstly, it's a compact unit. There's no point making this box very big, and it's designed and its appeal to an end user is going to be in a tight form factor application, so hence its size. What we see from the front is the Yamaha logo and a very new, simple, elegant front fascia. Gone are the screen printings that are unnecessarily talking about some of the models and you know, it used to have Yamaha natural sound AV receiver and then all of it. Just very simply the model number in the bottom right hand corner. We've got a power standby on-off and then a small input selector. Beneath that, a USB which provides 5 volt 1 amp and then a headphone socket. It's a 1/4 inch socket, and then beside it the 3.5mm input for obviously the setup microphone. There's a light beneath it for a pure direct mode. Now Yamaha have been doing that a very long period of time, which intelligently shuts down the things that you don't need to make it work. So if you're using an analog input, it'll shut down all the digital and HDMI, for example. It'll also get rid of the on-screen display, which will temporarily pop up when you need it and then fade away again at the end. The display itself is centrally located. It's a illuminated dot matrix display, and beneath it are the 4 scene buttons as well as the display button to bring the on-screen display up on the TV. Then we've got a massive rotary encoder for the volume. Tilting it forward, we'll see just how well ventilated the product is, and if you catch the light right, and of course please, as always, hang around for the close-up photographs. I'll try and give you an image of it. We see how well appointed it is from a layout perspective. Again, not very deep, and this is perfect for some of these tight environments. It would easily sit underneath the TV or a little side table if required. At the back, we see that it has, of course, it's an entry-level feeling product. The power cord is attached, and we see basic information associated with the model and scannable information about the serial number. We see a bank of HDMIs, there's 4 in and 1 out. The output also handles the audio return channel, both ARC and EARC. Then we've got the 5 binding posts, clearly labelled positive and negative. They've got little plastic caps protecting the potential banana plugs, so you can get rid of those if you require. See, nice and easy, pull them out with your fingernails. It's the surround sections over this side that gives you the flexibility of its setup, and again those surround outputs can be zone B or they can be Atmos front effects depending on the configuration you want in your living room. Then to complement the HDMI inputs, we've got a single optical digital input and a single coaxial digital input. Over to the analog stuff, we've got the 2 subwoofer outputs, although the decoding, remember, is 5.1, so these outputs are shared and can be managed slightly differently in the setup, but essentially it's a shared output. Then we've got 2 analog inputs, both of which are traditional RCA line ins. The DAB aerial, pretty straightforward. Now, what they've opted for in this model is to avoid streaming on board. Okay, so it's not part of the Musicast ecosystem. There's no streaming for Tidal or Spotify built in. It does have Bluetooth, however, so for those that are using their phone, you can stream from it for it. This product, I guess, is designed to be utilising the television as its main source, and so hence the Spotify's and other apps that you can download onto the television make the necessity for this product to have all of that just an overlap of features. So there we have it. Yamaha's stunning entry-level home theatre amplifier, brand new to market, the RX300A, unboxed here at the Listening Post in Christchurch, New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel.